Good evening, everyone. Myself and Jim are here today to talk to you about how The Guardian won this year's Data IQ Champions Award. So you may know us for being a newspaper, but actually we're much more. So we sell books, masterclasses, holidays, financial services, and homewares. We run a membership program, a dating site, an online jobs board, and a professional networks across 15 different industries. As a result, we have 140 million unique visitors globally. And those visitors interact with us against one of these different products and service offerings. To better understand the growing audience, Julia Porter, who is our head of consumer revenues, secured an investment to set up a CRM team around 2 years ago. So 2 years on, and the journey, we're 2 years into the journey to act on the Guardian's vision to increase revenue whilst building long-lasting relationships with our current and new audiences.
So the team we've set up, we've grown from strength to strength. We've recruited 7 CRM champions from a broad mix of industry backgrounds. We're dedicated to providing an excellent customer experience and obsessed with data and reporting. Over the last year, the team has worked to bring the CRM strategy to life, developing processes and ways of working with the business to deliver against this vision. In terms of actually what we do in the CRM team, our team has become experts in leveraging the technology that allows us to develop the CRM strategy, including delivering best-in-class automated customer journeys using ExactTarget, where we map experiences from browsing to click and purchase, and I'll show you an example of that later. We work with marketers to translate business requirements into workable solutions, such as enabling Adobe Analytics tracking on our partner sites or understanding data selections with FastStats. We ensure that data collection is integrated at all relevant customer touchpoints using a tool called FormStack. We've also created a suite of standardized dynamic email templates to ensure consistency in the look and the feel of communications to improve the audience experience. Working collaboratively across the business, we've been able to join the dots between data, insight, campaign analysis, and incremental campaign improvements with rigorous test and learn plans as standard. We also work closely with the data analysis team to create actionable plans using data models to find new customers in the existing database and to ensure that contact rules set out in the CRM strategy are adhered to, which Aimee will give you an example of later.
So a key role for the team is to proactively represent CRM projects and show that we're the trusted experts. So one of our initiatives is to do a CRM Insight monthly newsletter. And the objectives of this is to highlight CRM programs that we've rolled out to the business, share campaign successes and results, and also promote best practice methods. The email newsletter that you can see here goes out to 300 people across the business, and that's across commercial, tech, and editorial departments working at The Guardian. Another initiative is to host the annual CRM Showcase Awards. And this is where teams have the opportunity to nominate themselves and their projects for one of 3 categories. Those categories are smartest use of data, biggest uplift in revenue, and most improved team. These are interactive sessions which promote healthy competition, but ultimately it's a knowledge-sharing exercise. The sessions run as a mock award show, and our judge is Julia Porter, who is our head of department. And the lucky winners get a all-expenses-paid lunch for their hard efforts, as well as taking home some prestigious CRM trophies. It's initiatives like these that really help us build the profile of CRM at the business.
This is an example of a customer journey, which I mentioned earlier. One of our primary roles in CRM is to design and deliver innovative customer journeys, which can be automated once we've deployed and optimized them. This is an example customer journey created for Guardian Holidays, visualized using Microsoft Visio, which I'm going to bring to life over the next few slides. Guardian Holidays is the Guardian-branded travel business, offering long-haul escorted tours, luxury holidays, and European city breaks. The challenge here was to re-engage a segment of lapsed Guardian Holidays customers, which we held on our database. They were marketable customers that had previously purchased or inquired about a holiday with us, but due to a database anomaly, we had not contacted them for over 2 years. After resolving this database issue, we set out a plan to re-engage these customers with the objective of offering personalized recommendations to drive revenue over a series of 3 email marketing campaigns. So this is the After ring fencing the target audience, we built the first email campaign, which you can see here. We led with a simple call to action, which was, what kind of holiday would you like to do next? And a short reminder of when we last contacted them and who we are. The email creative contained beautiful high-definition imagery showcasing the 6 main categories of travel product that we offer. The objective of this email was to collect a preference from the recipients on a one-to-one level of what kind of holiday they were interested in booking next. After the email campaign was sent, we automatically stored the click data on a one-to-one level, which you can see on the right here. The second email of this campaign allowed us to deliver dynamic content with personalized holiday recommendations based on the click behavior collected in the first email. If we did not collect a click preference from the first email, we fell back to data collected from the customer's original holiday booking or inquiry. There are a total of 6 different possible contents to be displayed, depending on the customer's preference. For example, if a customer previously showed an interest in escorted holidays, we showcased 3 recommended escorted holiday products. Each recommendation was using social proof in the form of real customer reviews, which people can really be inspired by compared to standard sort of marketing text. 1 week later, we developed the third and final email in this re-engagement program. The objective was to build on the relationship we formed with the audience over emails 1 and 2 and cross-sell alternative holidays based on their previous click behavior. For example, we knew from our data analysis that customers that purchase expensive escorted holidays are also likely to purchase river cruises. We used real customer reviews to back up our recommendations, and we also contained 3 positive stats that came from a recent customer feedback survey to reassure the recipient that booking with Guardian Holidays is the right choice. 5 days after the email was sent, the ring-fence customers that had previously fallen off our database were opted into the twice-weekly Guardian Holidays newsletter. So in conclusion, this communication program re-engaged 11,000 lapsing customers and drove £30,000 of revenue. The campaign learnings inspired us to build an automated customer journey, which allowed us to build trust and offer personalized recommendations in the key few days after signing up to hear from us. Basically, from the campaign learnings, we were able to set up an automated customer journey, which now runs every day without us needing to touch it, nurturing those new leads as they come in. And we set up a bunch of these for all of our different business units that we work with at The Guardian.
Another key team objective is to foster a data-driven approach to audience communications and deliver actionable insight from reporting and test and learn programs. We work closely with our data analysis team to develop real-time reporting, segmentation strategies, and propensity models. So I'll just talk you through a couple of these examples. Guardian Membership, it's a subscription business dedicated to live events and was launched just over a year ago. 6 months after launching, the team developed a supporter tier, and this was for 3 reasons: to attract readers who wanted to support The Guardian's independent journalist message, encourage our free members to upgrade, and also develop an offering for those who live outside of London. So we needed to understand the drivers and the appetite for the supporter tier before we launched it on a large scale. So for audience testing purposes, we developed 6 segmentations. Following the email campaign to the 6 segments, we learned that we should focus our efforts on those who were on a free membership and those who were living outside of London and actually who probably couldn't attend events easily but still wanted to support The Guardian in some way. So as a result of this testing, we were able to upscale the campaign and focus activity on the 2 segments identified. An example of real-time reporting was for our professional networks. So the networks are basically a collection of 15 different B2B content hubs where subscribers access to receive content specific to that industry. Initially, the data was being housed separately to our single customer view, and so the CRM team identified the key limitations with housing the subscriber data separately. And after about a year-long project, and maybe a little bit more, we've been able to migrate those 400,000 subscribers into the single customer view. Ultimately, the benefits for this is that it allows us to have real-time reporting, and also it allows the stakeholders across the business to have a better visibility of that registration data. So consequently, we've got rid of the manual reporting, which was actually taking a marketing executive up to 6 hours every 2 weeks to do. And crucially, the editorial and the commercial sales teams now have are informed real time about the subscriber data. So this means the editorial team can generate content that is based on subscriber preferences. And the commercial sales team can drive additional revenue for sponsored partnerships with businesses like Unilever, First Direct, and Lloyds. And that's pretty critical when you are a publishing business that don't have a paywall. Our final example is with how we work cohesively with the data team is by producing propensity models. The example I have is for the bookshop. And we ran this last year at Christmas. So the Guardian Bookshop ultimately wanted to increase their customer base. So we built a propensity model that looked at likely buyers from our existing single customer view audience who hadn't yet interacted with the bookshop. So we identified 3 groups of people depending on their likeliness to buy, so high, medium, and low. Our decile 1 produced a sales rate of 1.83%, which was obviously our high group. That sales rate was actually 3 times higher than a normal bookshop campaign without using propensity model. In total, across all the 3 groups, we had a sales rate of 1.12%. And actually, all 3 groups performed quite well, even though that we put them into high, medium, and low brackets. And in terms of new customer interactions, there were over 500. And for a small business like the Guardian Bookshop, that's actually really critical. So to finalise, over the last year, we've, under the guidance as a CRM team, we've increased our email volumes by 56% from 222 million to 346 million.
We've been careful to ensure this wasn't at the expense of quality, as with careful targeting and segmentation.
We've also increased engagement, and overall total email opens have gone up by 60%.
We've also managed to maintain a constant click rate of 6%, which is well above the industry benchmark of 5%. Our average unsubscribe rate is below 0.2%.
In terms of email traffic to the website from our editorial content, that has doubled, and we've actually increased our known contacts by over 600,000 in the last year.
And crucially, we're also seeing these efforts translate into a revenue uplift. Our sales from consumer revenue emails were up around 100% year on year. And that's how we won our Data IQ award. Thanks.